me tell you a story.
Welcome to my skeptical sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the better one. I'm better now. Not better than you, better than last week.
I was like, hold on. That was coming out of the gate.
Erin, the believer. Hey, I want to start off. We said bitch so many times last week. It was anti-feminism. I was like, good grief.
Oh, I think that's just because you said it a couple times and you're not used to hearing yourself say it.
It was said a lot.
Well, I don't want to say it again tonight, but you sure were bitchy last episode.
Girl, I know. I'm sorry. Did you see how much easier it was for us to set up tonight?
Yeah, like it was flawless.
Turns out sleep is important.
I know, that's what I meant. That was my whole analogy. It was just because you were so tired.
I was so tired last week. I know I have been that tired before because I'm a mom of 3.
Right.
But it has been a long time since I was that tired. And I was like, we just got to get through this. I was like so pissy.
I know, and so does the rest of the world because we all heard it last week. You know what else we messed up, though, last week? I can't believe neither of us picked up on it when we did it in live time.
Okay.
Because we both said it wrong.
What?
Or maybe I just said it twice. Poltergeist. I said a poltergeist instead of poltergeist.
In this week's episode, we didn't even talk about a poltergeist.
We did. At the very end, I said something about, and like in that movie Poltergeist. And I heard it the first time I said it when I was re-listening, and I was like, did you just say poltergeist? And then I said it again. I was like, oh yeah, girl, you did. You just said poltergeist, and you didn't correct it. And I said it twice the wrong way.
So weird because not only was I there last week,
I
listened to it this morning.
I know.
Before it goes out. And didn't hear that.
I know.
I don't even remember talking about a poltergeist.
We did. It was during my story, the haunted house, or Danny's the balloon one.
Yeah,
and it was the ectoplasm, and then in the
we did talk about the movie.
And I said, and in the movie Poltergeist, dice with a D. That is so weird. Why would I really say that?
I don't know. You're a big weirdo.
Well, so are you. You never picked up on it.
I was really tired. I don't know if you heard. I've got a full excuse.
Oh, very true. Very true. Okay, so here's a long story to get to my point, but not that I ever do that.
Like I said last week.
I know. I loved that. I wish that could have been our title, but it was so long. What was it? That's a long walk.
It's a long walk for a short drink of water.
Yeah. Boy, if that just doesn't sum me up, really does in a lot of ways. Anyway, so this weekend, James had a lot going on. So it's been me and the kids a whole lot this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And James has kind of had, he's had some fun, which is great. Well deserved. So don't mind it. But I'm like, I was ready to get out of the house tonight and I'm ready to go. And normally I'll tuck the kids in and try to wait until Macy James gets to sleep so that I can just have kind of a smooth exit and he won't have to deal with all of the crying if I leave. And so anyway, tonight I was like, you know what? It's my turn. I'm going. You get to do this and I get to get over here early, which he was fine with. But anyway, I'm tucking Macy James in and she was like, yeah, but Mom, I don't like it when you go and you record. And I was like, I know, baby. And I'm thinking, what does she think we do? What, like, surely her little 4-year-old mind has no idea
what recording
means. But she's like, I hate when you have to go and you just saw Ian in earlier today and neither of you will survive.
Neither of us will survive?
Yes.
Wow.
And I stopped. I said, what? What did you just say? And she said it clear as day. And you won't survive. So I hope she doesn't know what the word record or survive means.
Yeah. What if she's like predicting? What if this is a weird premonition?
I don't know. But listen, you're hearing it right now.
Yeah.
So check on us.
I also am really honored that she was upset that I would also not survive.
Yeah, both of us. We're not going to survive tonight.
That baby loves me.
I don't know how that's loving you, but okay.
No. She was like, please don't do it. I can't lose Anna.
Yeah, she's worried about you too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both won't survive tonight. So there you go. You heard it here first.
Oh, boy. Well, I hope we go out with a bang.
Yeah,
but not like an actual bang.
Oh, gosh. Got dark. It just keeps getting darker.
Sorry. Where does your mind go? I don't know.
Too funny. Well, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. This is how you know you're almost 40. So I've got a friend who is trying to make sourdough.
Oh, I know who this friend is.
Yes. Well, okay, first of all, Preston, who I've talked about on the podcast, has been like, we need to get together for a girls' night. We'll order. Well, first it was like, let's go out somewhere. We're like, okay. It was me, her, and her friend Taylor. And then she said, hey, I'm going to invite Brianna too. I was like, excellent. I haven't met her, but I've heard about her. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then she said, could we just maybe have it like stay home night and we'll order pizza and drink wine? I was like,
You were like, as long as it's sourdough pizza.
no, sourdough had not yet come up. I thought that sounds great. Then it turned into, I'm probably just going to be in pajamas. Like, are you all comfortable coming over comfortable? I'm like, yes, that sounds even better. And then their friend Taylor, or her friend Taylor, who I've met a few times. So now my friend, I'm going to call her my friend.
Hasn't she been a fan favorite?
She has been.
Okay, so she's our friend.
Yeah, I actually have more of this story too about Taylor. But she's been trying to make sourdough and she has been sending me videos all week, which she also keeps going, is it weird that I'm sending these? Like, I feel like it's a weird, like a creepy video. I'm like, well, it's not creepy.
Yeah, it's all weird, Aaron.
It's not creepy.
Taylor, it's weird.
But it is, I don't know. It's fine. But then she kept asking me questions and she showed me the loaf she tried. And I thought, well, that's watery. That's wetter than I would have thought.
Ew. Yep. It's getting weirder. Wait, did she bring her starter?
Well, listen, first of all, when she sent me the picture, I said,
You're right. This is definitely how you know you're 40.
She's in the picture and she said, like, I said, was it drier before? And she said, no, it's always wet. And I wrote, that's what she said. But anyways, then I was like, you know what? I text Preston. I said, you want to know about sourdough. Taylor might need a little help with her starter.
Here we go.
Can I just like prep a loaf at your house? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. So I did a little mini lesson at their house.
Oh my gosh.
It was excellent. And then while we're sitting there,
okay,
ever since I've met Taylor this past summer, I'm like, I know you. Like, I know you. And she's like, I don't think you do. I'm like, I really feel like I do. But I can't think of any Taylor other than our Taylor who lived across from Chelsea.
Right.
I can't think of another Taylor who listens. Hey, Taylor. But I can't think of any other Taylor in my childhood. So I'm like, well, I guess I don't know Taylor. Last night we're sitting there and she said something about somebody I knew.
Growing up.
Yes. And I was like, oh, I used to have the biggest crush on him. And she's like, oh, girl, me too. Ever since 4th grade. And I said, well, where did you go to elementary school? Liberty Elementary. I'm like, well, I went to Liberty. And she goes, oh, I went by my first name, Shannon. I was in 4th grade with her. I had 4th grade with her. So I went back home and I got my yearbook and took a picture. She said, I used to always wear a hat with a big flower on it. I was like, yeah, that sounds really familiar. It's in the yearbook picture.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, hey, I know Taylor even longer than Preston does.
There you go. Small world.
That's right.
Too funny. And I would like to retract when I said that's how you know, like that is how you, Aaron, know that you're 40. I am 43 and I have never brought sourdough to a party to show someone how to knead my dough.
And you haven't lived.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we're just, we might be kind of towards the same age, but definitely on different tracks.
Brianna, by the way, who listens to the show, and Taylor both agreed. They said they think you're totally faking it.
What, that I don't like sourdough?
That you're being a skeptic.
Because I love sourdough. I just don't want to.
Right. You just like to reap
They
all
think
the benefits.
I'm faking being a skeptic.
Yeah.
Like I'm just this committed to lying.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense to me because it doesn't make sense that anybody would be a skeptic. But
so do they think that there's no such thing as skeptical people?
They just said it sounds like she's trying too hard.
Oh, whatever. All right, listen. I might have to do a little more retracting because later on y'all are going to find out that Brianna's my fan favorite and I didn't even know you knew her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met her last night for the first time.
Okay, well, I'll
try. I knew
try.
she was going to be your fan favorite because I was sitting with her when you asked.
Yeah, I'll try not to be salty later on. Brianna, but I cannot promise that it won't happen. So for the record, anybody out there who thinks that I'm trying, just go ahead and ask Whitney. Because I had lunch with her today. And let me tell you, it was comical because our friend Robin is also sitting there and she starts telling us her ghost stories.
Great. And you said, now write these up.
Oh, we Whitney and I together said it many times.
Yeah.
Robin, I have to say it every time we have lunch with her because she's like, weird things happen. And she's so cute. I love Robin because she like laughs when she's telling us these like really scary things that are happening. And she's just giggling and then she goes, I mean, I'm never scared. And she like telling a story about how she woke up in the night screaming.
Oh my gosh.
And woke up her entire house because she saw this man that had red hair, like she could describe him. And she like closed her eyes and opened them up and he was still there. And so she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Her husband's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And she's like, don't you see him? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? And so anyway, but then she's like, I mean, I'm never afraid. I'm like,
you sounded afraid right then.
Robin, you woke up in the night screaming. That's
what you do when you're afraid.
Yeah. So anyway, but it was just so, I am definitely skeptical and I love Robin and I'm skeptical and I've sitting there in my mind thinking all these things. I hold back because I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah.
And I love the people who write in and I love a good ghost story. So if I go real hard on what I think all of this is, then all of a sudden we're not going to get any stories. Nobody's going to write in. So thank you very much, Taylor. Thank you very much, Brianna. Or is it Brianna?
It's Brianna.
Well, I'm going to call her Brianna. How about that?
Oh, that's rude.
How about those fighting words?
Rude.
Brianna. That's too much. I'm sorry, Brianna. I won't do that. Anyway, Brianna. No, I don't go real hard because I want to make sure that people know it's a safe spot for them to share their story, which makes my job 10 times harder because trust me, there are many times like today at lunch when I like kept side-eyeing Whitney, like, we both know what this is, right? But I couldn't say it out loud. Oh my gosh. And you got to wait till Robin goes to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, I think she's having a mental breakdown.
Oh my God.
See that face right there? That's the face I try to avoid every time I have to go with squatter.
You hear that, guys? She thinks everybody's having a mental breakdown.
No, I just think it's probably a lot more common than what I am allowed to say so that people will still write in. Now, if you have written in a story and I have said squatter and you're now going, oh, is that what she really thought? Probably. But calm down. It is very common and you made it through and it's okay. Oh, good grief. See, my job is too hard. Thank you, Whitney McKenna, for always having my back. Yes, I'll throw out your last name. She said, girl, talk about me. I love when you talk about me. Make it my whole podcast.
That could be. We've been talking about how we should have one more tier. Your tier should just be
your last name.
No.
Your last name gets said on the podcast.
No. At the end of every recording, you'll just be like, this is what I really think. This is what I really think. And then we'll just put that at the end.
There you go. That's not a bad idea, Aaron. I wouldn't mind doing that. I could like really go balls to the wall with that. But you would have to you'd have to be a skeptic. That's only the Patreon tier for skeptics.
So we'll have all of our normal tiers and you have to pay like $19.95 as a skeptic.
And do a questionnaire.
Do
a questionnaire so I can tell that you really are a skeptic. You're right there with me. You were thinking the same thing I was thinking the whole time so I don't offend anybody. Oh, brother. It's hard. This is a hard gig.
Man.
But it's not a gig.
Struggles.
It's the real thing, ladies. Anyway.
What do you mean it's a real thing? Oh.
Me being a skeptic.
A gig. But a gig is like a job.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's really not a job. It's just who I am. It's how I've always felt. I definitely think, like there were many things. Like they talked about Reiki today, and I love you, Ashley. I really do, which she knows. And I was very straightforward with her as well, but very reserved still. But like they were talking about Reiki, and the whole time I was like, I wanted to say some things, but I held back because I try not to be offensive. Okay, let's move on. Calm myself. Now I'm going to be the bitchy one tonight.
Oh, tables are turned.
Well, you brought this table in here and flipped it on me and made me pissed.
Just call me Teresa Judice, baby. Well, before we start reading our stories, guess what I finally did?
What? Check the P.O. box.
I finally checked the P.O. box. It was a long time coming. I sort of forgot that it existed all of December. So if you sent us a Christmas card, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And so glad it wasn't filled with crap from Charlie. Oh, could you imagine? It would have been like the whole post office would have hated us.
Yeah, we would have been fired from the they would have not let us renew our subscription.
Right.
Okay, so thank you. We also got some sweet cards about our mom. So thank you guys. That was really, really nice.
Yes, thank you.
But this one doesn't sound like something sad to read on the air. So we're going to read this one right now. So this says, Megan and Aaron, Shonda and I went to the Oddities and Atrocities Expo this weekend. Of course, we thought of you and the pod when we saw these. I figured you or a pod fan might like some cryptid art. Ooh.
Lovely.
I know I could have just dropped them off to you at school, but mail is fun. Love, Alexis.
Oh, thank you, Alexis. I just saw her twice in the last 2 weeks.
Aw. Oh, these are cool. Okay. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. We've got a
Dibs.
Poplick. There's two.
Okay, good.
There's a Poplick Kentucky sticker.
Oh, how cute.
And a Hopkinsville, Kentucky little gray
Oh, I
man.
love it.
Okay.
You can have the Hopkinsville one. I'll take the other one.
All right. And, oh my gosh.
What all did we get?
Bluff Creek, California, a Bigfoot print.
Oh my gosh, these are great.
And Point Pleasant. Ooh, Mothman. I call Mothman.
Okay, I love Bigfoot anyway.
West
Let me
Virginia.
see. Oh, how cute.
That is so
that
cool.
looks like the cover of a novel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they both kind of do.
Let me
It's
see
like
the other one. Ooh, I love it. Yeah.
It's like a postcard that just happens to have a big cryptid in it.
I love
That
it. Those are
is
great.
So cool. Listen, Danny's probably like, I can't believe she chose Mothman over Bigfoot. I love Bigfoot, but Mothman is just, he's got the cute butt.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of Richard Gere. I really like it.
You went away. I didn't know you would go with that. Cute butt is, I mean, that's really all I needed. But yeah, throw Richard Gere in there and it's like a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you so much, Alexis. This is great.
Yes.
And I just got a new work computer, so I need some more stickers to fill that up.
Yeah, same. That's awesome. Thank you, Alexis.
And Shonda.
Oh, thank you, Alexis and Shonda.
Yes, thank you so much. That's awesome. Yeah, next time you guys are out, at anywhere cool, get us a souvenir. We love it.
We love mail. We promise we'll start checking our P.O. box a little more frequently now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay to renew that, but we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be great.
And it'll be worth it when you all start sending us really cool stuff from all of these places you go.
I know. I was really truly like, maybe we just don't renew it, and then I picked it up. I was, well, now I wouldn't have gotten that cool art.
Right. We have to keep it up. Well, I mean,
gotta keep it up.
Alexis would have brought that to me at school. I just saw her like 2 weeks ago.
She would have brought it to me at school too. She's brought me things at school too.
Hey. I knew her first. It's fine.
all right.
It's fine. Move on.
Oh, we're
Move on.
gonna fight.
We both met Shonda at the same time. How about
That's
that?
true. Okay. Fine. I'll take Shonda.
No, if we're gonna fight, where I get them both.
What?
Now listen, they also invited me to us to their game night, but that hasn't happened.
I was about to get so pissed off. Like, first, Carrie doesn't invite me to the Mardi Gras thing.
Oh my god!
And now Alexis and
Whitney,
Shonda?
Whitney and I went to lunch today. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm not gonna say you can have Whitney, but you and Whitney are friends. You all have hung out more without me.
Alexis and I have known each other forever. Now listen. I will say this. I get Alexis, Shonda, Whitney. Hold on. There were a couple more we were just talking about. You get your sourdough club. You can have Brianna and Taylor, those little see you next Tuesdays who like to tell me that I'm faking. Listen, only I know when I'm faking.
I would happily. Well, that's good for
right.
whoever you're with.
I know.
I will gladly take my sourdough crew, but I'm not letting you also take all of those.
All right, whatever. Well, I guess we'll just have to share them.
Fine. All right, you ready to read?
Yeah, I clearly need to we need to move topics. Do you think there's people out there like, are they really fighting? Trust me, you wouldn't ask. You would know.
Yeah, you just wouldn't hear from us for a while.
Oh, I guess they're on a break. Yeah, we are. No, we're not fighting. We love all of our friends and they all love me more. So here we go. Okay, so tonight my story is another Reddit post, but this one chooses to stay anonymous.
Okay, but did you reach out to Anonymous?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, got permission, but they want to be anonymous.
Okay.
And I always love when people are like, yeah, go for it. Just, I'm anonymous. I'm like, okay, great. You didn't need to know any backstory, but sure. Here we go. Like they didn't care to hear about what our podcast was about or
yeah,
just go for it. When I was 15, Paranormal Activity came out. My friend and I decided to try a Ouija board.
Ooh.
We spoke to this guy named Frank, and I remember he used to say fucked up things. So I guess like the Ouija board was like a
Frank
ghost.
is
A spirit named Frank came through this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. And like he wasn't there with them. Like, where'd you come from, Frank? Okay. And I remember he used to say fucked up things like, my mom is standing right behind you and she doesn't like you.
Oh, all right, Frank.
All right. Well, okay. Rude. Or I'll overdose on pills.
Well, yikes.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, wait. Are we sure that Frank is from the Ouija board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just weird and crazy dark shit. But my friend and I both thought we were just fucking around with each other. So they were like,
oh, yeah,
messing with each other, saying these things.
Yeah, which is what you would think.
Well, yeah, because that's what happens. A few weeks later, I was sleeping in bed. I had a shelf above my headboard that had my graduate teddy from primary school sitting on top. The teddy has sat there for years without being moved. And there was this dresser with a mirror at the end of my bed. I woke up to the teddy falling on top of my head, and then I looked directly into my mirror. There, I saw a girl brushing her hair in front of my dresser.
Oh.
I rubbed my eyes numerous times, and instead of her disappearing, she became more clear. But the more I stared, it was like I was looking at myself when I was even younger.
Ew.
Yeah, so you're like, what am I seeing?
Yeah.
And then it's like you, but younger.
Yikes. Okay.
Ooh, that's a really messed up dream. It was like I was looking at myself when I was even younger, like 6 or 7 years old, as she had thick auburn hair, but it was wearing a very old style nightgown. So it looks just like her, but she's wearing this like old timey nightgown.
Yeah.
Strange.
And I'm guessing this person didn't used to wear old timey nightgowns.
My context clues say no.
Okay.
That's out of place.
Got it.
Okay. Soon I realized that it wasn't me. I hid under the covers, and after checking numerous times to see if she was gone, she finally disappeared. So they checked several times.
Listen, even if it was you,
Yeah,
you shouldn't be seeing that.
Yeah, that's still weird.
That's still hide from that.
Which would you be more afraid of? Because then it's like, I should know myself.
And like you're trapped in some weird
right time loop
that nobody else can like probably see you in, and that's really scary.
Yeah. So what's worse? It being you as some like doppelganger weird thing?
I don't know. That makes me think of Hill House, like how it's actually, spoiler, her the whole time.
I'd have to go back and see it. It's been forever.
Man.
It was good. I remember loving it, but I'll have to go back and see it. But yeah, I think that it would be scarier for it to be yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be so like, it's you. I hid under the covers, and after checking numerous times to see if she was gone, she finally disappeared. It fully freaked me the fuck out.
I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we stopped doing the Ouija boards, and then like, you know what? Maybe give that a rest for a while. We stopped doing the Ouija board and did other things that normal teenagers do. I never told anyone what I saw but a few friends, but put it down that I was seeing things and I was still dreaming. Fast forward 11 years. Now I'm 26. I picked up my sister and was driving her home, and she randomly starts talking about when my friends and I used to play the Ouija board. And she like,
oh, I feel like I'm about to get really freaked out.
And she's like, Josie, my other sister, and I swear you brought something into the house. I shrug, and I'm like, why do you think that? And she's like, well, we used to wake up seeing some girl brushing her hair in front of us.
Oh my gosh. That is spooky.
And then this is all caps. I slammed the brakes and was like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, she didn't say or do anything, just brushed her hair. And then I fessed up that I saw her too, but I thought I was dreaming. Anyway, we both haven't seen her for many years, which I consider lucky because I don't want anything in the house. But I must admit, it still does freak me out, and I really don't want to see her again. The moral of the story, don't fuck with the Ouija board. It's legit. It's fucked, and if my sisters and I saw the same ghost, it's legit. You may invite something in who you'd never want to be in your house.
Yikes.
Ooh.
That is really creepy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And why brushing her hair?
Yeah.
And why did it look like her? Maybe it really was a time loop.
Yeah. Although, as somebody with dark brown hair, I look like a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a pretty common. I wonder what other distinct features made her think it was herself.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
And it was in the mirror, right? I guess maybe just that. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm looking in the mirror. I should see myself.
Right.
but I'm not brushing my hair while I'm in bed. So why is this thing brushing its hair?
Yeah, I don't know. That's really spooky.
That's very creepy. I don't know. Maybe some sort of shared dream. I'm thinking.
How? Okay. How do you just have a shared dream with someone?
Well, because if you all watch the same scary movie, like The Ring, or something like that, or some other scary movie where they're brushing their hair.
We never brought up The Ring. We talked about Paranormal Activity.
Okay, well,
which does not have a little girl, and nobody brushes anybody's hair.
How long has it been since you've seen that movie?
We just watched it on a movie night. This past year.
I mean, yeah, this past year. That was a while ago.
No little kid in it.
Yeah, I mean, there could be.
No, there's not. We just watched it.
No, it really okay. Maybe it's not Paranormal Activity, but it could have been something else, some sort of like shared memory that they all had that manifested itself into a dream.
Whatever. No, that's very spooky.
It is very, very creepy.
Yeah, I wonder if their friend that they were playing with ever had anything happen.
Yeah, I don't know, but also like how they all associated the Ouija board with this one sighting.
Yeah, well,
is strange
it's like
to
the
me.
one thing they started doing, and then they started seeing this ghost.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder, like, I really thought we were going to see Frank,
I know.
or Frank's mom.
Maybe it's Frankie.
Right. Maybe Frank is the little girl. Mm-hmm. But like the mom, she sounded scary. My mom's right behind you. She doesn't like you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot there was a mom in the story.
So it almost sounds like their friends were messing with them.
Yeah, see? Thank you. Come on over to my side.
But there's a ghost.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I will fully admit that a lot of people will mess with a Ouija board.
Yeah.
But I will also say that I have done a Ouija board, and that was legit.
Now, how do you know that?
Because I trust Teresa with my life.
Okay.
We've gone over this a million times.
I know, but if both your hands were on that board, you cannot 100% say.
There were times, Megan, and I know I say this every time we talk about it, it was pulling. Like it was pulling.
Almost like Teresa's hands were pulling you towards another side.
No.
She was on the opposite side, and she's pulling you there.
No, I'm just sorry that you don't have friends that you can trust as much as I can trust Teresa.
I didn't say that. I just said I don't trust Teresa.
Girl, I do. I trust her completely.
Kidding, Teresa. I'm kidding. I trust grown-up Teresa 100%. Do I trust 12-year-old funny little Teresa who's like, I'm going to play a prank and it's going to be whatever? And then like...
No, we got obsessed with it. We played it all the time.
So do I trust little 12-year-old Teresa who wants this to be so real so bad?
Shut up. All right. Okay. Here we go. Do you have anything else to debunk, or you just... Yeah.
No, a shared dream.
Okay. That's not a thing, but okay.
Totally a thing. It is totally a thing.
Okay.
Whitney, back me up.
Psh, Whitney, shut your mouth. Our next story is called A Wholesome Dog Hunting.
Ooh, okay.
When I was 6 years old, my family bought our first black Labrador.
Aw, Bo.
I know. We named her Magic, and we were inseparable. When I was 18, she passed away from a heart tumor. I was absolutely devastated, and I had a really hard time getting to sleep afterward because she always slept in my bed with me. A year later, we got another black lab, and then this weird phenomenon started happening. It should be noted, the new lab refused to sleep in my room. He didn't even really like going in it at all. He'd always look intently at spots and then quickly leave. I'd bring him on my bed to try and get him to sleep in my room, and he'd jump off right away and cry to be let out.
Aww.
I slept with my door closed, so I know it wasn't him coming in later. One night, I was tossing and turning, and all of a sudden, it felt as if someone had jumped on the bottom of my bed. It freaked me the hell out. Then, just like she would always do when she was alive, it felt like 4 paws were moving in a circle, trying to find the sweet spot before the covers would just gently press down at my feet. This happened every night for weeks. It sort of felt like I was going insane. But one night, it was really annoying me because it woke me up. So I said out loud, Magic, go bug mum. I was half joking to myself because I didn't actually fully believe it was her. But the next morning over breakfast, my mom looks at me and says, the strangest thing happened to me last night. I swear it felt like magic. Jumped on my bed, found a comfy spot, and laid down.
Oh, weird.
Wow. I had never told my mom that I thought Magic was jumping on my bed every night because I thought it was insane, but my mouth dropped when she said this. I told her how it was happening to me and that I had sent Magic to bother her that night.
Oh, wow.
We cried because we didn't want Magic to think we replaced her.
Oh.
Later that week, it just stopped all of a sudden, and I told my mom I hadn't felt Magic jump on my bed the last few days. My mom told me that when I wasn't home, she went up to my room and told Magic that we loved her and that we will never forget her and she could never be replaced and that it's okay for her to rest now. Oh my gosh. Ever since then, my new Labrador has slept in my room every night.
Oh, wow.
I like to think Magic gave him permission. My mom and I still tell people this story. We have no explanation for it, and we like to believe she came back to spend just a bit more time with us and show the new pup how to be the goodest boy.
Oh, what a sweet story.
I know. That's so sweet.
Too sentimental to touch.
Yeah, and it's a ghost, so it's hard.
Say too sentimental to touch, and I don't know what to do with that.
Wow. Right? Would you have any more belief for a dog ghost?
No, why? Why would I?
I don't know.
No.
Worth the question.
No, I just don't. I don't believe that it's okay. If there is an afterlife, I just really don't believe there's a way for that spirit to come back and move things or spook people or like what is the meaning behind it. I just think that
what do you mean? There doesn't have to be a meaning. They're just spirit is still here.
Yeah, but
they're still just going on, seeing their loved ones.
Yeah, but why? Go on.
Maybe they
get out of here.
Miss their loved ones.
No, yeah, maybe, but also it's just all very. I just don't believe in it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I know. I just can't imagine it being a real thing. much like
weird.
I can't imagine fairies being a real thing. They all kind of are looped in the same genre for me. It's all very much magic, mystical. I just don't believe in it. I like to watch it. I love watching scary movies. I love watching, mystical things. And love is a strong word there. There are some shows that can get by with it.
Yeah.
That I tolerate when my husband wants to watch sci-fi. But either way, I don't cling to it. It's not something that is realistic to me.
It's just so weird to me.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just, I'm sad for you.
But why? I also don't understand that part. Why is that sad?
Because it just seems so boring. If this is it, this is our only life, this is it, and then we're done. And there's nothing else.
Yeah, but to me, it's the opposite. It's like, then you got to make this life matter so much. Like, this is it. Like, it's now or never. Like, let's do this. Let's go on that vacation.
I want to call you Eminem right now. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to shine.
Yes. You see my hand going in the air? I am Eminem. He knew what he was talking about. That one line.
Gosh. That one line, yeah. Don't compare yourself to
is obnoxious. Yeah, I heard like Blake listening to him the other day from downstairs. Was like, turn that off.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin like, what?
Loves Eminem.
Oh, my gosh. He's just too much.
He's like, too much.
You had one shot, Eminem, and you blew it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Sorry for all you Eminem. I feel like we have a large Eminem fan base. Wouldn't
yeah,
that be weird?
Be a little surprising, but
you never know. You never know. But yeah, I don't know why I am the way that I am. That would be an interesting thing for a therapist to figure out.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
More and more here lately, I'm like, we really do just need to start investing in that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We really need a therapist.
Right? I always say it, but then, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no better time. Let's just do it. Okay. Well, here we go.
All right. Well, what's funny before we move on? The way that this person wrote mum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am a reader,
Mm-hmm.
And so when I
feel like more and more you're a listener.
But now sometimes I'm a reader of.
Okay.
I'm still a reader, even if I am listening.
Yes, I know you'll fight that for almost as much as you will that there are ghosts.
Yeah, I will. But when I see the word like when British people or Australian people say spell the word ass, they say arse.
Yeah. Arse.
So when I read it, I'm like arse.
Right.
But no, it's like os. That person's being an os.
An os.
What an os. There is kind of an R sound in there, but it's like
an os.
An os.
I don't hear the R sound. Os.
Yeah.
What an os.
Like I've always read and I thought
I also don't know what you're talking about because, wait, are you saying that like when an Australian person writes the word ass, they write it A-R-S?
A-R-S-E.
So they just say, what an arse.
No, they say, what an os.
No, they don't. They say, what an arse.
No, they don't. An Irish person might, but not.
A British person, what an os.
What an os.
But they'll say A-R-S.
A-R-S-E.
I'm gonna need to meet someone British and call him an ass.
All right. All right. Vicky.
David.
Who do we need? Oh, David. Yeah.
Yeah, Melissa's husband, David.
Oh, I thought you meant David, our Australian listener.
He's Australian. Also, I went, again, a long way around. I guarantee you David does not listen. One time David came to my house and said, this is Melissa. Melissa does listen. But her husband came and he said in his very British accent that I will not do in case he does listen. But he was like, what's up with all the toilet paper? But he doesn't call it toilet paper. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, because I just like to keep things accessible. So I have like a basket of toilet paper sitting behind you, because like, what if you need
hate
it?
to run out at a guest's house, like at a stranger's house?
Yeah, then you don't know. You're like sitting on the loo. You're like, I need some toilet paper. And where do I go from here? So I just like to it's a nice little basket. But he thought that was the weirdest thing that I just kept the toilet paper sitting out. And he talked about that toilet paper all night long and teased me all night long. I don't know. What an ass. That's all I know.
What an ass.
What an ass. Maybe you just be thankful you have toilet paper.
Oh, man.
And also, hi, David.
Hi, David. And hey, to our Australian David. We know you're listening.
And really, I shouldn't call him an ass because he kind of just got my husband a job. So never forget that whole story. Thank you, David.
I'm including it. Thanks, David. All right. Fan favorite?
Yep, I got one. Are you shocked? You shouldn't be because you were sitting right there with her when I asked her.
Was.
Which shocked me because this is, how I came across her?
How?
I thought, I always try to not go Patreons because I want to make sure that I'm sending out the message that it's okay that you don't pay to support us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which, is fine. But then I thought, okay, but every once in a while, maybe go to the ones who are really supporting. Yeah. They're probably in there going, I've been a Patreon for 6 months and this bitch is still, look at me. I'm sorry. I can't get away from that word.
You're the main culprit.
I like the word. I don't mind it. This lady, this lovely lady, see, it just doesn't have the same ring. I can't believe this polite young woman would not pick me as a fan favorite yet.
I can't believe everybody's calling you a young woman.
In my mind, they all do. Oh, anyway. So I thought, well, let me just hop on over to the Patreon. And I looked and I saw that she joined about 6 months ago.
And
upped her tier.
Just upped her tier to the $5 tier.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. I see you, Brianna. Had no idea who she was.
Yeah. She was so cute yesterday. She was like, I feel like I'm meeting my best friend. Like, I feel like I know you so well.
The best day ever. She got to meet you. And in the same night, while she was with you, I asked her to be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. We really just made her dreams come true.
I'm really going to need you to read the back and forth between you two.
Oh, okay.
Because you always do. And this one, I'm like, oh, this one's actually going to be really funny.
Well, okay. I don't remember it being hilarious, but maybe it was. Hold on. Wait. Also, I like how you said that normally is. What did you just say? I just realized that there was an insult in there somewhere.
No.
I missed it.
I just love fan favorite so much.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. She's back to being grumpy. Here we go. Okay. So I said, hi, Brianna. I'm picking you for a fan favorite this week, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, OMG, I am seriously sitting here with your sister eating pizza, learning how to do sourdough. And I get that back. I'm like, what? She doesn't. Is this like a metaphor for something? I sat there for a long time. And then I went and looked out the window to see if your van was here or not. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's not home tonight. This is so weird. Is she really? And then she says, I might cry. I am totally cracking up because we're talking about circumcised versus uncircumcised handies.
Yep.
And also, I'm fully married to a woman. I mean, what else do you talk about with sourdough? So maybe give us some context about that. What was that conversation about, Aaron?
We had a really long conversation about circumcised versus uncircumcised.
Well, whenever that's brought up, it's not going to be a short topic. I'll tell you that.
I just said well, this is a lot of information.
Look, you can't tell me to read that and not
I just thought that part was funny.
Elaborate.
I'm just saying I've only ever up close and personal been around one uncircumcised, and it was a very dark hand job. Like all the lights were off, and I didn't know. I was a little intoxicated, and after they were like, "Oh, how was that? He's uncircumcised," and I was like, "He what?" So we discussed that for a little bit, and then we discussed what they looked like and how do you decide if you're going to do that if you have a son? And like Brianna has a great point. She's like, you should just do what other men in your family have. Because like boys are going to see what their dads looks like.
Okay.
And like she said she had a friend who the dad was circumcised, the brother was circumcised. But then like by the time their next one was, they were like, well, I don't know if we're going to do that. Like we've learned more about it. And she said, so they're going to go around and see. She said, you think it's going to be totally normal for this kid to go around and see their dad and their brother and be like, why does mine look like this?
Yeah, that's a good
that's
point.
Weird. So
okay,
do whatever. If you already have a male in your family, do whatever he is.
Yeah, maybe, especially if there's maybe more than one male.
Yeah,
I would say I think it's okay for like the dad to be like, you know what, this was not the route for me.
Yeah,
so I would like you to have whatever. Who knows? It's really a crapshoot.
Yeah, and I don't ever have to worry about it.
All I know. Okay, so here's a funny Diana Clem story.
Oh, good.
When Miles got circumcised, I couldn't watch.
Oh gosh, this is such an awkward Diana Clem story.
It really
so
is
weird,
but it just
sums her up.
Just who she is. She just had no filter, and she would just say whatever. But I couldn't watch. Like I couldn't be around it. I couldn't whatever. Yeah. But she was like, "Well, I'll go and like just be with the dog, like near, you know." Because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna cry so bad." So she just goes, and she didn't stay in the room, but she was like just nearby. And then she comes up. Mom comes up, and he's like, because I'm like, "Oh, I'm so worried the whole time. Like, did it? Is it still there? Did everything go okay?" She comes out with this big smile. She's like, "Megan," I was like, "What?" She goes, "They had to go up a full ring size." For your son's little penis. And I was like, Mom. She was like, and I told that doctor, that's right. I was like, Mom.
What is wrong with her?
So gross. I was like, he is a teeny tiny newborn. She was like, not that tiny. I'm like, oh my gosh, mother. Like,
he's going to make somebody very happy someday.
Yep. And I said, so I'm taking it all went well. Like that's all I cared about. And she's like, Megan, with this big smile. Like, oh, great.
Oh my gosh.
And then of course, that's all she could talk about. Like she sees James.
Oh yeah.
It's like shakes his hand. Congratulations. Gives him a wink. I'm like, Mom, stop.
Oh, wow.
Stop telling like people in the grocery store that your grandson is hung. Because she did.
She's like, I have a brand new grandson. His penis
huge.
Is so big. It's like a tripod.
Oh, that woman. Okay, so then she says, like, can I get back to you? Yada, yada. This is a dream come true. Haha. And then I said, absolutely. And I wish I were a fly on the wall. And then at about 8 o'clock this morning, she unsent a message. So I don't know. Maybe it was like she started reflecting on like the whole circumcision thing. Anyway, so then she talks about what a great time you all had together.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad you cleared that up tonight because I was like, how did you all know each other?
Yeah. There you go.
It really is. That is very random. What a coincidence that I picked her while she was with you. I had no idea you all even knew each other.
Serendipity.
Random. So she said, I don't really have anything to advertise, but someone I know is currently fostering a safe haven baby with hopes to adopt. So I think that I would like for you to mention Safe Haven and the availability of the services they provide.
Oh, wow.
I know, which is amazing. So I popped on over to a website called consideringadoption.com, and they talk about the safe haven laws that all 50 states have. So it just says, I'll just read you a little caption of what it says. So what does baby safe haven mean for parents who are unable to care for their new infant? Safe haven locations give parents the ability to surrender a child anonymously and legally while ensuring the safety of their baby. This allows parents in crisis to hopefully secure a better future for themselves and for their child without facing legal repercussions.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So what a wonderful service that provides.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, I can't imagine being that afraid. Like I know I'm not right for this, and just knowing like I can still make sure my baby is taken care of,
Right? Absolutely,
in a safe way, and I'm not gonna get in trouble for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean that would be the worry, right?
Right.
Having to just awful. But there are some people out there who probably Trumpsters. Oh, yeah, I said it.
Okay.
Sorry, it got very political at lunch today, and people started getting me not political, like we were all on the same side.
Yeah.
But like
Fired up.
Yeah, fired up because I'm like, if this shit happens again, what the hell are we gonna do?
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, there are probably some people that are opposed to this law,
Right.
in some way, and I'm like, well, you know what you need to do? Learn how to fucking empathize.
Right. And thank goodness that we're doing something right now. All 50 states. That's
All 50
wonderful.
states. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for, sorry, I dipped into, that's probably not what you meant, Brianna.
But also, go vote, everybody. I bet Brianna is, supports that. I talked to her last night. It came up a little bit.
She likes sourdough.
She likes sourdough.
Surely
you can
God,
trust
there's no
her.
Trumpsters out there that like sourdough. That's like a sacred art.
Oh, I bet there are so many.
So many. It kind of shocks me that you like sourdough, and so does Melissa. It's a weird thing you all have latched on to. But listen, I love you all. I support you all. Just don't fall into like a cult.
I mean, probably won't.
I feel like it's kind of its own thing.
It'd be the happiest cult.
But also, I enjoy the product.
Exactly.
So it's okay.
So quit bitching about it.
I'm way more on the side of this hobby than I am like Twilight and Harry Potter. I gain nothing from that. This, I at least get like a nice sandwich from time to time.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right. Well, thank you, Brianna, for not only being my new best friend, but also being our fan favorite this week.
And look, I wasn't even salty there at the end, Brianna. I had time. I got over it. I just need you to know I ain't faking shit.
All right. If you all would like
on this podcast, just to clarify,
if you all want to find out how to become a Patreon or find out our P.O. box or write in, you can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com. For our Patreons, you can be $3 a month tier, gets you a magnet, a sticker. Did I say magnet weird? Did I say magna?
Magna? I think you did.
I think I did too.
That's weird. Like infiltrated your mind.
Why would you have infiltrated my mind?
Magma? Isn't that Make America Great Again?
Oh, I said magna.
Oh.
Okay. $3 a month.
Go ahead.
I'd love to. $3 a month gets you a magnet, a sticker. It gets you bonus content weekly, and $5 a month gets you all that plus our movie night. And I will say, I told Rue last week, and now I'm editing this one. I told her to back off some of our good bloopers, so I've got stuff for our Patreons.
There you go. Yeah, keep it over. If you like those bloopers, we got a whole lot more where that came from.
Yeah, March 15th is going to be a fun blooper day because they are piling up right now. So
nice.
Yeah, and then $5 a month gets you all of that. But our movie night, which we just watched Annabelle.
Holy cow, that was a scary movie.
I have put off that movie for so long because I thought it looked so dumb.
Yeah. I was never going to watch it because I thought it was going to be so dumb.
It was so scary. There is one moment in that movie that I have thought about every day since.
Oh, I never thought about it again.
That little kid running.
Yeah, I knew. Oh no, your reaction. I knew exactly which moment you were talking about in this moment. But
scared me to death.
Yeah, it scared all the Patreons too because of how loud you screamed in the microphone.
Yeah, we have a good time. We have so much fun doing this.
It was great.
They really are a blast. So join us over there. And if being a Patreon isn't for you, you could always go to buymeacoffee.com and search up My Skeptical Sister or find that information in the show notes for our link. And that's just like a one-time donation, which really helps us out.
Absolutely.
You can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or anywhere that it will let you do that where you listen. It really helps other people come to our show and find us, and they can send in their stories. You can also write in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com, and you can follow us on our socials. There's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I think that's it. Write your stories in. Tell your friends. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Ta, tai, to.
La 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 la.
I know, and so does everybody else. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Oh, shoot. I tugged it, and it sounds weird. Oh, crap. It sounds weird. Hold on. I feel like I pulled something out.
This is your karma.
That's what he said.
We spoke to this guy named Frank, and I remember he used to say, sorry.
It's okay, Frank. Excuse me.
That was
Sounded like
that was
a
something.
soul leaving my body.
It really was. Frank. Is that you, Frank?
Right.
Okay. Here we go. I thought you were about to fart with your armpit. You're like
my underarm itches, but I can't reach it with all this stuff.
You know how like when you put your hand, cup your hand underneath your armpit to fart? That's exactly what it looked like you were about to do. I was like, that's a weird time to choose to do that. But okay, I'm here for it.
From a heart tumor. I said tumor weird.
Tumor is not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Oops, I made it little.
I hate when that happens. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.